And it just goes to show that all of us who have been speaking out about this and saying, like, it doesn't seem like you guys are giving Caitlyn, the kind of props that she deserves for bringing all these eyeballs and, the Caitlyn Clark effect that we talk about, viewership, money, all of those things. All of the people who were shouting this for the entire WNBA season, this is an instance where we are.
The Nike commercial that went viral online wasn't the start of Caitlyn Clark's dominance of the sports marketing industry. In actuality, it began months earlier. Subtly, almost nonchalantly, in a State Farm advertisement that no one anticipated would become a pivotal moment in women's athletics. She was still a college star at Iowa at the time, but she wasn't yet the worldwide sensation that she is now. However, something strange happened when that State Farm commercial aired. When Caitlyn read lines, she didn't appear to be a nervous collegiate athlete. She had the appearance of someone who had worked on national advertisements for 10 years. Brands noticed her right away because of her seamless timing, presence, and delivery. The stats went insane rather than just spiking. Every big corporation that saw the commercial immediately understood something, and it exceeded all of the WNBA's final marketing initiatives. Caitlyn Clark was more than simply an athlete for advertisements. Under the garb of an athlete, she was a marketing machine. The biggest companies in the world began discreetly preparing their pitches after that. Wilson, Nike, and Gatorade all desired a piece of Caitlyn. Additionally, the same query kept coming up in boardrooms behind closed doors. How can we acquire her? However, Nike encountered unanticipated criticism as her popularity soared. Women's sports fans and supporters started attacking the company, accusing it of being mute on matters that directly affected female athletes. They were publicly criticized in the widely shared Dear Nike messages, which claimed that although the corporation claimed to support women and girls, it actually did not. The pressure increased. The world was curious as to whether Nike would take action or remain silent. Nike's response was a visually arresting, emotionally charged, and strategically timed commercial that not only addressed criticism but also hushed it. This new Caitlyn Clark promo for Nike was more than just a commercial. It was a statement. Caitlyn was sitting by herself in a dark locker room when it opened in complete silence. Fans all around the internet instantly lost it when she raised her head and gently opened one eye. It initially appeared to be a computer-generated snake eye, with an iris that resembled a reptile and glowed in the dark. Social media was rocked by what people saw after pausing the video, zooming in, enhancing the frame, and attempting to understand the shot. It was not at all a snake's eye. The Kobe Bryant Black Mamba logo was discreetly included into her student. The strongest rival of his age handed the torch to the new one in a single frame that became a symbolic handoff. Millions of reactions were triggered by that single shot. That frame was being edited into fan movies, wallpapers, slow-motion breakdowns, and comment sections with statements like, "This is the hardest shot Nike has done in years, and she's not the future, she's the present," by people who had never watched a WNBA game. Nike anointed Caitlyn rather than merely promoting her. And that was just the advertisement's first 10 seconds. The commercial then entered full Super Bowl mode. Alongside Aya Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Sha'Carri Richardson, and other accomplished women who have come to represent ambition and domination in their respective sports, Caitlyn made an appearance. The voiceover lacked empathy and motivation. It was rebellious. It addressed every doubt, criticism, and obstacle that girls encounter as they grow up. "You'll be told you can't do it," the narrator states. "So go ahead and do it. They'll tell you you can't win, so do it." Viewers were directly impacted by the advertisement. Records cannot be broken. You are unable to stand out. Go lead even though you are incapable of doing so. Every athlete conveyed the same message with each shot and line. You won't be able to stop us. The advertisement was perfectly timed. Although there was a lot of excitement, Caitlyn was the focus of the subsequent viral eruption. Caitlyn's moments felt like a spotlight moment, a sign that she wasn't just another athlete in the advertisement, even if every star in it made an effect. She was becoming to represent the movement as a whole. In a few of hours, the numbers confirmed it. Research organizations have ranked it as a top-tier Super Bowl-level advertisement for emotional effect and social impact, and it has received tens of millions of views, hundreds of tweaks, and reaction videos across all platforms. It is also trending in several countries. It was unbelievable for a rookie in her debut season in a league that had never received this level of international attention. However, the Nike ad was just a small part of a much larger picture. Caitlin had already started subtly changing every brand she came into contact with. She participated in Gatorade promotions that sold out towels, merchandise, and water bottles in a matter of days. When Wilson produced limited edition basketballs with Caitlin's initials on them, they quickly gained popularity as collectibles. The CC monogram, which was initially ridiculed online, became one of the most sought-after logos for clothing, posters, and merchandise. Children began bringing Gatorade bottles bearing the Caitlin brand to school. Wilson basketballs with her distinctive designs started to appear on online marketplaces. There was no denying the numbers. Caitlin recognized the same pattern in every brand she worked with. Viral videos, soaring revenues, enormous search spikes, and unprecedented levels of engagement in women's sports. This is referred to by marketers as the conversion effect. Purchases as well as views. In the history of women's basketball, Caitlin Clark has emerged as the most potent marketing tool. She was revenue for brands, not hype. This was further magnified by fan reactions. Thousands of individuals have commented on the Nike commercial, stating that it was the first WNBA-related advertisement they had ever seen, the first Caitlin jersey they had ever purchased, and the first reason they had looked at Fever highlights. Some people freely acknowledged that Caitlin was the reason they were now watching the WNBA. Someone who can turn a non-fan into a paying fan with a single commercial is just what marketers are looking for. The WNBA watched as almost all of the big sponsors, including Wilson, Nike, Gatorade, the LPGA, and others, took advantage of Caitlin more effectively and aggressively than the league itself during this marketing boom. It became brutally evident that Caitlin was not capitalizing on the league's success. The teammate was riding hers. Caitlin Clark is currently more popular than the WNBA, and every company in the globe treats her as such. However, the most significant change wasn't limited to social media or brand strategy sessions. Instead of basketball, it was taking place in homes, classrooms, sports stores, and the millions of casual viewers who were first exposed to Caitlin through advertising. After seeing Caitlin in a Nike commercial, people who had never been interested in the WNBA started watching Fever highlights. Girls in middle school were requesting Wilson Caitlin Clark basketballs from their parents. College students were looking up the release date of Caitlin Clark's shoes. Not only were brands advertising her, but they were also influencing the community surrounding her. And regardless of how gifted they were on the court, the WNBA itself was never able to accomplish that for any of its players. Everyone in the industry was taken aback by how effortlessly Caitlin handled everything. She didn't appear overburdened. She didn't appear staged. She didn't appear to be being coerced into a commercial apparatus. She seems to belong here. People saw the same thing in that commercial for First State Farm. She acts in the same manner behind the arc as she does in front of the camera. Calm, collected, self-assured, and pressure-free. Companies are looking for more than just a reachable athlete. An athlete that feels genuine on video is what they are looking for. Compared to nearly everyone in her generation, Caitlin does a better job of checking both boxes. Because it complemented Caitlin's entire brand concept, Nike's choice to base the entire campaign on the idea of "do it anyway" was great. Before it was thought that women should shoot so far out, she was the player who took Logo 3ES. Areas that had been partially empty for years were filled by her. It was she who broke records that no one believed could be broken. And now she's the one with the visibility of an entire league behind her. The advertisement did more than merely highlight her skills. It demonstrated her mindset. It established her as a representation of greatness, ambition, and rebellion. People associated with it so intimately because of this. Nike wasn't the only company taking advantage of Caitlin's moment, either. The LPGA recognized a chance and executed it flawlessly. They paired her with their biggest star, set up cameras everywhere, sold tickets, let spectators get up close, and transformed a straightforward golf match into a multi-sport cultural event. Videos of Caitlyn signing autographs for children were uploaded by fans. Her swings were replayed by broadcasters as if she were Tiger Woods. Not only did the LPGA extend an invitation to her, but also organized the celebration around her. Additionally, there was a huge outcry because they treated her like the celebrity that she is. The contrast became unavoidable. Caitlyn was embraced by the LPGA. Nike welcomed Caitlyn. Gatorade gave Caitlyn a hug. Wilson gave Caitlyn a hug. Caitlyn was accepted by nearly all major brands. In the meantime, the WNBA frequently felt as though it was being forced against its will into the modern era. Whether the league agrees or not, the market made its stance very evident. Fans, sponsors, and broadcasters all felt it. At the moment, Caitlyn Clark is the focal point of women's sports. Ignoring her, or worse, minimizing her, is financial suicide as well as a poor PR strategy. Every sold-out appearance, every cross-port occasion, and every viral Caitlyn commercial all demonstrate this. Brands are allocating their funds in accordance with the star that the world has selected. What comes next is the question at hand. Because Nike's most recent advertisement wasn't your typical one. In the sand, it was a line. It made it clear to all other businesses that Caitlyn Clark is more than just a promising rookie.